We're on video 10 of the Red Rope walkthrough, and we take ourselves to the House of War. This one's going to feature a lot of death, so I hope you're excited, because I'm not. Let's first address those two swordsmen coming at us. They're not so dangerous in the fact that they'll attack us. Rather, when you wrap around them, they'll raise their sword and they can slice through your rope. So make sure you're quick about it. What you can also do to kill them is bait them to attack you and then run away. Once you do that, that puppet will collapse in on itself, allowing you to run your rope over it and kill it that way as well. The same goes for the two archers you see to your left and right. These guys will collapse after firing 3 arrows. They'll get back up after a short period of time, but that's one way you can cheese the system and not necessarily expose yourself to danger. As you notice, we can't actually access the archers in this stage. Instead, we'll have to use the gray pillars that you see about the stage to kill them. Those pillars will shoot out fireballs in the direction where those little circles are on top of them. You want to push those pillars so that they're pointing at an unlit torch. Once they're there, you're going to wait until the archer gets in front of it, and then you're going to smash one of those red buttons. The top button controls the bottom pillar, and the bottom button controls the top pillar. Lighting the torches will raise a platform allowing you to access the left and right of the stage. You can theoretically light all the torches, but you don't need to. Go ahead and kill everything, and we exited to our left. Like our other fire stages, you do not want a long rope, so make it as short as possible. Otherwise, you're liable to hit those torches and burn through your rope. Leave the torches alone for now. What you'll want to do instead is get on those platforms that have the pillars on top of them. You're going to have to sneak your way around the pillar into that main area. There are a lot of enemies, so it's really difficult to avoid all of them and kill a few while you're at it. If it is at all possible, try to go for the archers first, just because they can be more difficult to track. You'll see player 2 and I die many times, so I'm going to try to cut out most of the material and not bore you to death. Once you have killed everything, that switch in the middle will only activate if both of you are on it. You can have one person stay on it while the other person hops on just when the pillars are lined up to hit the top and bottom torches. Lighting all those torches will help you access the left and right of the stage and eventually make your way to the bottom exit. This room is fairly straightforward if you know the enemy patterns by now. There is a trap to exploit here, and that's by pressing the yellow button and raising the bridge to your right, as you see player 2 and I doing. You'll wait until a bunch of knights get close to you, and then you'll dash across the bridge, which will lower after a set period of time, hopefully killing some knights. It's not very reliable, and as you saw, we just killed 1 knight right there, but we'll keep doing it to try to kill more. Outside of those knights, you still have 6 archers to defeat, and this is where I do recommend you bait them to shoot 3 times in order to make them collapse, allowing you to run up to them and kill them. You can do it however you would like, and I don't think you'll lose too many lives, unlike player 2 and I. If you manage to get 3 of the archers clumped up like this, it's your own damn fault. Once you killed everything, there's a skeleton you can get in the upper left corner. Otherwise, you won't be able to access those bottom skeletons till later. You're going to go back up and create a bridge to your top right and exit that door. This room is more difficult for its puzzle elements rather than for its enemies. You have only 2 spear guys in the middle, and we've already fought them in the House of Fire. Go ahead and dispatch them before you worry about any of the switches. Once you have killed them, you're going to need to place pillars on each of those 4 red switches. Doing so will cause the pillars to continuously shoot out fireballs. To actually access the left and right exits of the stage, you're going to need to position those pillars so that they shoot into the 2 torches on the left and right. You're going to see us skip to the point where all the pillars are positioned in just the right way, so that way they hit the torches without putting ourselves in danger. The most difficult part of all of this is you're going to have to navigate away from all these pillars that are shooting fireballs without getting hit yourself. Because how quickly the fireballs are thrown out, it can be very difficult to avoid getting hit by them. And if you do get hit by them, you're going to have to redo this room all over again. If you arrange the pillars just as we did, there should be only one spot that you need to cross with the fireballs. There may be a better way to do it than we did, but I don't know of it right now. I don't really have any strategies to give you either about how to cross the fireballs. What I did is I would count in between the fire blasts and then signal player 2 to go when I said 3. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help you, but I wish you luck. Like one of the previous rooms, we have another stage gimmick where we can throw fireballs to kill enemies. There are a crap ton of archers in the middle, and the way to kill them is to hit that red button in the middle, sending a fireball from the nearest pillar. It will then take a few seconds for the button to reload, so to speak, allowing you to step on it again and shoot another fireball. We died a lot of times in this room, so I'm cutting up the stage so that you only see us kill enemies. You can try to go in the middle and kill those archers without using the fireballs at all, but we found it too tricky. Just watch out as you go up and down on top of that red button. Those swordsmen will make their ways towards you, and it can be difficult to kill them if they're positioned in a place where the archers are firing at you. Keep at it. It's going to take you a while because the fireball isn't exactly accurate, but eventually you'll be able to kill them all. And once there's about 3 archers, you can go ahead and try to kill them yourself by going into the middle. Upon completing the stage, head on up. Okay, we entered the room at a very tricky area. As you can see, we're surrounded by enemies, and what we have to do is make our way into those yellow middle buttons. As you can see, we went to the right, and if you're fast enough, you're able to dodge most of their attacks. Once you are in the middle, you're going to have to use those yellow buttons to kill the enemies. When both of you stand on a middle button, the bridges to the side will collapse and the bridges going up and down will rise from the lava. You both need to get off of that button and wait for the enemies to get on the bridge. Climb back onto that middle button once they're on the bridge to make them fall into the lava. It takes some getting used to, and the enemies are constantly firing arrows at you, so that's a bit difficult. But once you take care of the right side, you're going to move your way all the way to the left side and kill enemies there. And again, as I've noted in other stages, we died a crap ton, so hopefully you won't suffer as much as we did. When you are finished, go ahead and go back down. Our next mission is to backtrack all the way so that we can go down in this room again. Okay, I hate this room. It's probably the worst one so far, in my opinion. Basically, you have a bunch of these enemies in the middle that when you hit one of those yellow buttons, those will raise a bridge so that they can come out of it. There is a red button hidden in the middle right there that when you hit it, it'll activate all the pillars at once. However, all of the pillars are not facing the correct direction and can't kill anybody. You just saw us try to move one of the pillars and promptly die when we fell in. By this point, we wanted to get the archer just so that we didn't have to keep dodging his arrows. So we baited all the enemies out, waiting on the side so that they came to us, and then activated the other side of the bridge so that we can access the guy in the middle. We were able to kill him along with a few soldiers, and as you'll see, that's ultimately our solution to beating this room. Right here, we took all the time to move the pillar to the other side of the stage, and then I fell in the lava and died. This time we actually got the pillar to the right spot and opened the pathway, so we baited the guards to one side, but by the time we actually activated it, we killed like a whopping 3 guards. For these final attempts, player 2 and I just simply opened the bridge so that way we could separate them and try to pick them off one by one. It took a few lives, but we were eventually able to get it so that we killed all of them. Once you've killed them all, we do need to use the pillars to kill the gold key kid. And so what you'll see player 2 and I do is shift the pillars so that one pillar is in the proper position so it shoots the fireball so it can go from right to left. As you can see, it totally didn't flip and work because the gold key kid is in a glitched position. We tried to make him run away, but he just stayed there. So if this happens too, you're going to have to bring a whole nother pillar so that's positioned directly above the golden key kid so that you can kill him. While we're doing this, you see us place a pillar to our leftmost button. That'll give us access to our left exits. Now that you've killed that golden mofo, exit to your top left. You see us go the bottom left, but it's not as great positioning as the top left. Although this room is still tricky, you know all the gimmicks by now. If you had entered to the top exit, you'll be able to easily kill the archers right to your direct left. If you didn't, it's going to be a little trickier, but we kill all the enemies just the same. You're going to have to get on one of those middle platforms to transport yourself to either side of the room or to the middle. Standing on one of those red switches will activate the fireballs. You can use those pillars to kill the enemies, but again, it's tricky and time consuming. I recommend that you just go after them directly. Once you've killed all the enemies, you're going to go up so you can nab that second golden key kit. The golden key kit is right in front of you, so go ahead and strangle that sucker. Then you're going to go to your bottom left, avoiding the fireballs that are shooting at that pathway. We want to go down in this room, so hit the L switch to open up the bridge at the bottom. And you can run all the way to the left side to go kill that skeleton over there. We got a little mind flooded and just decided to kill the two skeletons on the bottom. We're in our last room before the boss. And as you can see, we have a whole crap ton of knights. And we're going to use our environmental hazards to kill them. This room is set up that once you go into the middle, all the knights will come along the bridges towards you. They will pass by pillars that shoot fireballs, controlled by each of those 8 buttons in the middle. Time it just right, and you can dispose of a lot of these knights pretty easily. So basically play a game of tower defense at this point. When they come to the middle, you're going to have to kill them individually. If there's too many, you may be overwhelmed. You do have 2 archers that are flinging arrows at you this entire time. So if you want to go after them first, that is a strategy. Otherwise, just keep your eyes open for their attacks. When you've killed all the enemies, it's relatively easy to go kill that golden key kit at the bottom as well. When we're done, we're going to exit to our left, and we're lucky enough that the boss is just to the south of us in that room. Similar to the Plague Doctor, we're not going to kill the Puppet Master with our rope. Instead, we're going to use the Flame Pillars to attack him with fireballs. He has 2 main attacks. He's going to shoot fireballs all around him, kind of in a circle, and then he's going to shoot 5 fireballs in our general direction. In order for us to hurt him, both of us need to step on one of the yellow switches. That'll send a fireball from one of the pillars across the stage. This may sound simple, but this boss is still difficult and will eat at your lives, especially if you shoot yourself with fireballs. When you're just entering the stage, that top button is going to control the left flame pillar. Have one player focus on staying on that button the entire time, getting off of it only to dodge the fireballs. The other player is going to follow along the button and get on top of it when the flame pillar aligns with the Puppet Master. If you're lucky, you'll be able to hit him 3 consecutive times without him being able to throw too many fireballs at you, as you can see right here. Breathe a sigh of relief now that you've killed him, and you're going to exit down to go into the Jewel Fortress. You've now conquered your second inner house, which means you've earned your second celestial key. You can go ahead and go defeat the boss in the middle now if you would like, but I'm going to go get the other 2 celestial keys before I do that. If you go after that main boss, I wish you luck, Otherwise, well, bye.